Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to the Average Joe Dividends YouTube channel. If you've been following this journey, welcome back. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe so that you do not miss future videos. Also, please click the like button to help grow this channel and get the word out on dividend growth investing. Getting paid just for owning stocks. This is what dividend investing is all about. This is my weekly buy video, and my current strategy is to deposit $100 of my own money per week and let the portfolio do the heavy lifting for me going forward. All of the dividends received will be reinvested back into the stock from which it was received. My goal is to put this money to work for me in the long term to build a growing and reliable income stream. I'm a long-term buy and hold investor who focuses primarily on individual blue chip stocks as well as ETFs and CEFs. What we're looking at right now is my M1 taxable stock brokerage account, and we'll take a look at the performance over the last week. Since that was the last buy video I did, you can see we're up 2.59%, so trending upwards at least for now. And what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go into the activity log, and what we'll see here is there's the deposits, and you can see right here there's 11 buys for $420.09. And the reason why it's $320 more is there was a whole bunch of dividends being reinvested, and you can see all this starting on the 30th with BST, this BlackRock Science and Technology Trust, or $267 of it, and plus all these other dividends rolled up with the $100. So let's see what these 11 buys were. And I'll just go through these one by one. And Broadcom 519, this is a dividend drip. Just about all these are dividend drips. We have Digital Realty Trust is 749, Black Hills 783. I believe this was a actual buy and not a drip. And Union Pacific 466, Extra Space 1270, Pfizer 2366. This is definitely a buy. Same with the Leggett and Platt 4262. Travelers 393, that's a drip. And BST, this is mostly a drip. The 267 is a drip, along with about $25 more of the $100 went here. And Fidelity National FNF 730, this was a buy, it looks like. And Pepsi, this was a dividend drip, 1223. And I'm going to switch on over to a spreadsheet, a Google Docs spreadsheet, and looks like it's having problems trying to pull up the share prices. I'm going to try to maybe refresh this or see if we can get these prices to show. Sometimes Google does this. It's a little bit frustrating, but it's a free sheet, and I'll put a link below if you want to use it. So it's dependent on, there we go, pulling all the prices from Google. So once in a while you have to refresh it. And I'm going to change this. I'm going to zoom out to 75% view once this all loads. And I'll walk you through this tracking sheet. And for me, it does everything I need it to show. And it shows things like my gain or loss on each investment. It shows me what my upcoming dividend is going to be, so I can kind of project what my dividends are going to be. And you can see the estimated dividend. This is the high watermark I've bought up to. And then in this column I put the actual dividend I received for the month, and I color code these, and we're in the first month in Q3, so we're going to be in the light colored green, so we're going to be in this grouping right here, and I am scheduled to receive that dividend on the 5th starting, so I haven't received a single dollar yet in July, but this is what's expected to come in right here, and I put those dollar amounts in as I receive them, and I go over them weekly. And I also have a recap video, a monthly recap video, so subscribe if you're not, so you see those videos as well, so you can see what this portfolio is pulling in each month. And I also track the dividends paid for each investment, and I also track the last increase from each of these stocks. And this is something some of the probably newer listeners don't really probably pay as much attention to. You're probably more focused on, okay, what's my yield today on each of these investments? But I'm telling you, the increases over, especially over years, are a big deal because it affects your yield on cost. And let's just take a look at one of them, see if I can find it really quickly. Like ExxonMobil. Let's take a look at this one, for instance, which currently, if it wants to select. So if you were to buy ExxonMobil today, your yield would be 3.39%. But my yield on cost, since I purchased most of my shares around the March 2020 time, you can see I'm almost 3 times in my yield on cost on this investment. You can see with my cost basis, and it's worth $875 more. So you can see I bought this one at the right time. And some of these I'm a little bit upside down on. You can see if I were to purchase more Amgen, well, I would have it at a higher yield buying it today than what I currently have bought it for. You can see. But I think over time, I think Amgen will be a positive investment for me. So, but let's take a look at what this thing really tracks, and it's the monthly cash flow average. I take the estimated dividend for the quarter and I divide it by 3 to come up with a monthly average. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some data from M1, and it's going to update the number of shares from all the buys that I did, and it's going to update this number as well as also the market value of the whole portfolio. So it's a little bit behind because those $400 of buys are not reflected in this. And the way I update it is with a simple copy and paste. I could do it the manual way where I update the number of shares and my cost basis, but I want to be more efficient than that. I'm going to paste in some data into the M1 data tab. And how I do this is I go to my holdings tab in M1, and if you have an M1 account with a lot of different positions like me, this sheet would probably come in handy for you. What I do is I grab it from the name column and I grab everything. I have 70 different positions in this portfolio, and they're arranged by from highest to lowest. You can see American States Water is my lowest holding, and SCHD is my highest holding. So I grabbed all this data. I'm going to pay special in A1, and it's going to update my cost basis and also the number of shares. You can see here there's SCHD right there on top. I have just over 1,100 shares in SCHD in this portfolio alone. And I did a video on all my SCHD dividends, and were included from this portfolio as well as an IRA where I even have more. I have over 1,700 shares in IRA of SCHD. We'll bounce back here. So the monthly cash flow average has gone up to $820.62. And that is the result of those dividend drips as well as my $100 deposit. So I'm going to update this on the tab called Monthly Average Dividend Tracking. Put the $820.62. This is like a ledger where I just track when I do deposits or I track dividend increases, things like that. And we'll see what this did to my monthly cash flow average. You can see this morning PNC had a dividend raise of 3.3%. Not much, but it changed my monthly income by plus 8 cents every month. And it doesn't seem like much, but when I have companies announcing, multiple companies per week, it seems like, announcing dividend increases, this really adds up. You can see now there was an extra $261 for the deposit. And the Broadcom, Travelers, Union Pacific, Pepsi, Extra Space, Digital Realty, BST, and FNF drips. I think I said before FNF was a buy. It was just a drip. So that's the effect right there. And let's go to my dividend tracker here. Like I said, I do a monthly video too of, you can see what my dividends were for June, $13.62.39, and I list off all of the dividends I received and what companies those were, and actually show you in the activity log rather than just tell you that I got those. I'm going to update over here my deposits, and you can see so far my monthly dividend income average has gone up $269. So 0.33% up to over $820.62. You can see how this is trending upwards. There's a couple exceptions, and I think in February, JEPI they lowered their dividend. They've been lowering their dividend most months in 2023, but this was the effect here where it lowered my dividend. And then in March, SCHD had a lower dividend compared to December, which really lowered my monthly income there. But you can see since it's gone back up, and with JEPI, I'm predicting that the dividend is going to go up later in the year. Hopefully, we'll see if I'm right. Same with SCHD. I think over time that dividend is going to go up. It seems like with SCHD, especially June, September, December, the dividend is higher compared to what it is in March. That's usually the lowest historically with SCHD. So again, I just wanted to show you what I bought with my $100. Let's go back into just do a quick review of that. We'll go back to the activity log. You can see those 11 buys of 420.09, and that 320.09, that is a dividend snowball there. I put $100, and most of the work is being done by the portfolio, which is incredible. And that is what I intended this to do. And I know a lot of people don't think dividend investing is very exciting, and to me that's a really good thing, because I actually kind of know what this portfolio is going to do over time, and it's actually doing that right now, and there's really been no surprises at all. And that was one thing. When I first started investing, I really invested for more of a total. I wanted to get to a certain dollar amount, X millions of dollars, to achieve financial independence, but I kind of changed my mind. The more and more I learned, I actually wanted cash flow. I wanted a paycheck rather than a lump sum, because that lump sum can go away with a market downturn. But with dividends, it's pretty safe. I mean, there are companies who do cut their dividends in bad times, but there are some companies that haven't reduced their dividend. They've only increased it for 50 plus years, like a Johnson & Johnson or a Pepsi or Coke. So to me, dividends are a really safe way to invest. Of course, that's not investing advice, it's just my opinion. But we can see here, let's see where most of the money went. It was rolling it back into BST, into a drip. So it was really mostly drips into this, except for Leggett & Platt. That was a actual buy. I think Pfizer was as well. So the reason I do these videos is I watched a person named Jason Fieber, how he retired off of dividends, and he was very upfront and open with what he was buying and what his dividends were when he was kind of smaller. He had a blog, and then he stopped doing that. So I'm kind of filling in that space to show you, here's what kind of he's doing, kind of going back in time, and then actually showing you. And I do not intend on ever charging for this. I want to do this as a service to kind of show people how it's done, a very replicable way to build passive income. And again, thanks everyone for watching this video. Thanks for sticking to the end. If you got value from this video, please click the like button. Also subscribe so that you do not miss future videos. Everyone, take care and have a happy and safe 4th of July.